Buff Nation, what's going on? Hope you guys are having a wonderful day again. Happy birthday, big 100 to Peggy, Miss Peggy. We love to see that. And we got some great news to talk about right now. The Kansas Jayhawks, they better be upset about this because, as you guys have probably seen, Keaton Wade has announced, or rather through Coach Prime, he's announced that Keaton Wade he's not going to redshirt anymore. So that means we're going to get him in both these last two regular season games against the Kansas Jayhawks and then Oklahoma State Cowboys. And then, regardless of if he were to redshirt or not, postseason play, conference championship game, as well as bowl games, stuff like that, playoffs. None of that matters when it comes to redshirting. So we could see Brandon Davis Swain play, which is awesome. But yeah, y'all be sure to smash that like, subscribe. We're on our way to 11,000, which is crazy. Y'all get it in here in the chat. Let me know your thoughts. And yeah, legend, what's going on, man? Day one guy, thank you for sticking with me. Don't give a damn what's going on. Yes, I'm looking like white Ray Charles with the specs. Yeah, still got a little bit of Bob Costas going on with the eyes. So hopefully I can take off the shades tomorrow. But hey, I do love it. I found a new sense of confidence with the shades on, which is always great. Shirley, how you doing? New BN, we're going to get to your comment here in just a second, but I wanted to go through here before I forgot, because you guys know how I can get on these streams. Go through just how Keaton Wade has been playing, since coming back from, I believe he was injured throughout the majority of this season. And then you see him start to play here week 8. Let's just go. This will be a little bit better of a view. Week 8 got in against Arizona for 11 snaps. And if you remember that, I mean, he was absolutely dominant. He was a terror in those 11 snaps against Noah Fafita. Hey, check out the stat line right here, okay? 3 pressures, 2 sacks, and a hit against Noah Fafita in 11 snaps. That's really nice. 2 stops as well. Stop is a tackle that ends a drive. Then you saw in Cincinnati, 15 total snaps. It didn't fill up the stat sheet at all, actually. But you saw what I love about him is that you can line him up at both edge or as like an inside linebacker. And that's what you see here. Like 15% of his snaps or so, whatever, at that box linebacker position, or he can play edge. You truly don't know where he's going to be on the field. This is a versatile weapon for Robert Livingston in this defense. And you've even seen him come out there with the green dot. Like, he is prepared. He can help get guys lined up, incredibly intelligent. And yeah, his plan was originally to redshirt. Then you saw him continue to play really, really well against Texas Tech. You saw him get his season high 20 snaps. He had 5 total pressures, 2 sacks, 3 hurries, and let's see, 2 more stops. He was big time in that game against Texas Tech. Excuse me. And then you saw him play his 4th game against Utah. Did not do much on the stat sheet, but was definitely flying around. And that's been the big question of, will he play these last 2 games? We could get him back for the postseason game, hopefully Big 12 championship. But Coach Prime said, nah, Keaton Wade, in his limited snaps, he has been so good. He has outplayed his plans to redshirt. And while I'm like, well, hey, could we get away with not having him on the field for 15 snaps in these next 2 games and win? Yes, I think so. But I think having him on the field definitely increases our chances of winning. And a guy like Keaton Wade, that's 6'4", 245 pounds, guys. With him on the field, lightning quick. He can rush the passer. He can chase down guys on the run. Having a guy like Keaton Wade available is really important for helping our defense slow down Jalen Daniels and that, red hot Kansas Jayhawks team right now. That offense. I think they only put up like 17 points against BYU. Whatever. Jalen Daniels is one of the more dynamic quarterbacks that we will have seen all season long. And so having Keaton Wade back there, whether it's for 10, 20, maybe a little bit more, 25 snaps or so, maybe more at edge than we see at inside linebacker, I'm not sure. But having him on the field is going to be really important. You can spy Jalen Daniels that way. He's somebody who can come on like a delayed blitz or a simulated pressure and still track down Jalen Daniels. So limited snaps for him right now, 59 total snaps, but has 8 pressures and 4 sacks off of those 59 snaps. like the efficiency that he's had has been really, really good. And I think, again, he is a weapon that offenses have to account for. And you know how good the rest of our edge group is and how well Levante Bentley and Nikai Hill-Green are playing. Keaton Wade, uh, man, like he's just another guy on top of those defensive players that we have that Kansas is going to have to pay attention to. Jalen Daniels needs to know where he's at on the field when Keaton Wade is on the field. So, hey, congratulations to him. I would assume that he has wanted to play these last 2 games, and he's going to get his wish, which is awesome. So I definitely think that this gives us the best chance to win these next 2 games and get to the Big 12 championship. You know, I've brought up in the past as well, Cash Cleveland has played in 3 games. Might he sit out one of these games in order to get his red shirt? But I think looking at what we are deciding to do with Keaton Wade probably also foreshadows that Cash Cleveland, man, you don't even want to take that risk right now. You want to make sure you give yourself the best chance to win both of these games. And right now, Cash Cleveland playing definitely gives our offensive line the best chance to do that, to be part of our team playing winning football. So absolutely love that. I thought I would show this off, hey, really quick too. If you guys haven't seen this, you know, Miss Peggy got an NIL deal. You know, this stuff is really cool to see. Colorado Buffaloes champion, Peggy 100 pullover sweatshirt, special event item. This is pretty cool. You know, you can see Miss Peggy gets her own little logo on the side, Peggy 100. I can't really read what it says right there on the side, but it looks awesome. $60 and kind of that old school gold, black and gold logo on there. Really like that. You know, for 25% off, use the code COMFY and Fanatics. You know, this is still an unsponsored channel now. So come on now. Anyways, guys, I thought that was pretty cool. So y'all smash that like, y'all get in the comments. I'll talk with y'all here for a little bit and see what else y'all got to say. Thanks for sticking with me. All right. New being. Is it bien? No, it's not Spanish. It's new being. The message we're sending to incoming freshmen is transfers who probably won't immediately start is amazing. If you have the ability, you will play. No politics going on here. Yes. I've loved to see the young depth that we have truly shown off. No. These allergies down here in South Texas now, man, they got me. They got me. Thankfully, the sinus headache is gone today. But the redness from my eyes, you know, it has subsided quite a bit. But, you know, still looking a little Bob Costas-y. I ain't going to put myself out there like that. Yeah. You guys deserve way better than that. So, yeah, we need a Dark Side Dave to come out. You know, I think I got some things that I want to start talking about regarding the college football playoff. Again, I might need to do another video on Ari Wasserman. You know, that dude called me a moron yesterday. I triggered him because I mean, that dude, he was saying some personal things about this program. It wasn't just like analysis. Nah, man, like that dude's like a hater. So I really don't spend my time on that too much, but I might have something else planned for Ari Wasserman. I heard that Andy Staples is going to make him run a 5K. And I just remember him saying that he will die, quote, will die if Colorado makes the college football playoff. And now look at him. But he's trying to change his tune, man. But, he said that he was wrong. But what he hasn't done is apologize for the way that he's talked about this program for the last 2 years, which was very unprofessional. Ari Wasserman, man, total amateur. Keaton Wade not redshirting is wild. He outperformed his plans, dog. That's powerful. Yes. Yes, it is. He's been very good. And honestly, though, I'd like to see him play some more snaps. Like, I don't think 20 snaps is enough for this guy with how he performs when he's on the field. Heart of Sports coming in here with a different perspective. This is cool. Let's get to it. Bad decision by Wade. You don't trade a whole season of eligibility for one game. If he doesn't play, it's not going to change the outcome of this game. And this is something to be discussed because something that I brought up. Can you get around not playing Keaton Wade for 15 to 20 plays, for these next two games and still come out victorious? I would agree with you, Heart of Sports. We can. I do think that Keaton Wade playing, though, definitely gives us the best chance to win. He's a true junior right now, so he's going to have 2 years left to play one. Time to ball out, man. Time to ball out next year and then go to the NFL, right? That's got to be the plan right now, unless he can't play a fifth year unless he's a graduate transfer, right? Or does that just I forget how all that works, man. Actually, I don't think that's how it works. You get 4 years regardless. I know COVID changed some of this stuff. But yeah, if he wants to play, congratulations to him, man. And this is, again, if you're talking about this season, this really helps out the Buffs. No doubt about it. Happy birthday, Miss Peggy. You'll love to see Miss Peggy getting an NIL deal. Best in the business. Best program in the business for true NIL deals right now. Something tells me we have a crazy uniform. In the truck for our bowl game or Big 12 title game? I sure hope so. Don't get me wrong. I've loved the uniform designs this year. I love how they put the flat irons as part of every single uniform concept right now. And but I got to be honest, guys, I just don't like grays as the primary. No, 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 no. I don't like the gray. I know it's a part of the color scheme, but black, gold, and white are much better colors than gray. But they pulled it off on Saturday. It looked good. It looked fine on TV. What I would love to see, and I don't know how this gets done. Hopefully, Nike would be willing to work with another apparel brand such as Louis Vuitton. But we got to have the Louis Vuitton uniforms show up at some point, right? Like, that has to happen, right? I think so. Nubian. Thank you. Nia saying Keaton Wade, Isaiah Gustave, Hill Green, Black Bully, Jordan Seaton, Cameron Sue and Craig, Amari McNeil, Jimmy Horn, Levante Bentley, Justin Mayers, Cash, all must be on the field every Saturday. Yes. And we might be getting Michael Welsh back, which is huge. Maybe Jimmy plays this week as well. This is going to be a tough game, but it's nothing that the Buffs should be nervous about or anything like that. We're going into Arrowhead. We're going into a red-hot Jayhawks team that's probably the most confident they've been all season after knocking off 2 ranked opponents in a row, and I think we're going to get their best shot, right? So we've been through the ringer this year. We have what's that sort of saying? Like, we've been refined by the fire. That's what we've been. So we should come in there ultra confident as well, and more is on the line for us. Yes, Kansas needs to win out these last 2 games to get bowl eligible, but we have the Big 12 championship to be playing for. We have a college football playoff berth to be playing for. Crazy, right? We can't let the Kansas Jayhawks stop us from achieving that dream, from achieving that goal. And Keaton Wade, he's going to help with this. Keep balling. That's right. K Dub doesn't like the decision either by Keaton Wade. I think, hey, when you look at it from an individual perspective, I get it. I get it. It's not a lot of snaps to burn a redshirt year 4, right? Not a lot of snaps. Hey, Dennis is sitting at Dark Horse in Boulder. Yes. Last spring, I went there with Adam Munster Tiger, met a few of you guys from Buff Stampede. That was a lot of fun. And while we were chilling, guess who walked in and got a beer? He looked like he probably just worked at some of one of these tech startups in Boulder, right? No, it was defensive coordinator Robert Livingston. There late at night, probably burning the midnight oil. Just need to get in there and get a beer and get out of there. That was kind of fun. It was fun meeting all y'all, though. Omega was going on. Keaton might have a COVID year. Let me see here. If he has a COVID year, then yeah, who cares? Who cares? I don't think so. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think he's got a COVID. Let me see what class he was in 24/7. Yeah, he's class of 2022, so he shouldn't have a COVID year. What's going on, Omega? Keaton will be rewarded for his selflessness. Prime will get him drafted. Hey, that's got to be the plan, right? That's got to be what we're aiming for. And hey, as long as we continue to win games in this amount, um, there's going to be a lot of guys that get drafted. No doubt about it. The fact that we're on the verge of being a 10-win team right now, you're going to see a lot of those guys that might have been on the bubble for, say, if we were a 6-win team, they're now going to be elevated towards getting drafted. It's going to be awesome to see. So, Keaton Wade, he's got the athleticism down, right? I think now he just needs like one full season of big time play, right? A lot of snaps, kind of similar to Nakai Hill Green, right? Didn't play a lot at Michigan, transfers out to Charlotte, plays well. He wasn't even the starter the entire season, but ends up a starter by the end of the year, and then has come here to Colorado, and I mean took over starting. I forget if yeah, I guess he got subbed out for Trevor Woods, right? So it might have been around like week 3 or 4 when he became a starter, but now you've seen like him and Bentley just killing it. So if he can have a season like that next year, again, we're going to be without Nakai Hill Green and Levante Bentley next year. And so I could definitely see Keaton Wade as a starting linebacker for us. I definitely could see it. And again, he's a guy that is going to be on NFL radars because of his ability to play edge as well as inside linebacker. Not a lot of guys can do that. Yes, that's got to be the hope that yeah, uh, Deion Hayes to get a medical red shirt. That is what I hope for. Um, I'm sure he's going to apply for one, and if he's back next year, watch out, baby. That's going to be awesome. But that's my hope. What does that GIF mean on your Twitter? Green slime. Let's pull it up. Yeah, there's just a lot of great talk about what's going on in the recruiting world, and so just some goo. There's just some goo going on, and I just had to post it. Like it just felt right this morning. Some people theorizing maybe we see a Julian Lewis commitment happen today on Peggy's birthday. I mean, wouldn't that be a nice little birthday gift for her? I don't have any inside information, but all I'm saying is, Guru goes back to freaking May talking about Julian Lewis, and might this be the day that we get it? Man, I sure hope so. But to be honest, I got no idea. But I just thought I'd post that and see. Maybe if that might usher in some good energy in the recruiting universe for today. And only one person liked it, and let me see. Oh yeah, of course, it was the man himself, Guru. Man, that's right, Terrell. It's all hands on deck at this point. We're trying to win it all. And when you're this close, you have to go for it. Next year wins are not promised. We will address next year's team later. Wonderfully said. Start your own channel, man. You said in one sentence what I've been trying to say for 20. And we got Arden Walker. I mean, we're going to miss BJ Green next year, no doubt about it. But after that, I mean, we get everybody back. We get everybody back. And hopefully Deion Hayes. Yeah, definitely over the gray. Need more black colorways and gold colorways with contrasting trim. The gold CU logo on the jerseys and gold face mask, for example. Yes. And I want to see that holographic decal on the helmets. I don't think we've gotten that this year, have we? Yeah, Arden Walker's been balling out, man. And with how this defense is playing, leading the Big 12 in sacks, I think they still are, because I think we had, 4 this past game? So we must be around 25 in the season. You could definitely see, or not 25. We got more sacks than 25, right? See a lot of these guys on NFL radars as long as this defense continues to play really, really well. Ooh, good point, Coach Barry. Always coming in here. Thank you for supporting the channel with the $5 super chat. Also, guys, plug, shameless plug right now. Giving you weekly exclusive content, a couple videos a week or so like that right now on my membership channel, Buff Buddies. $5 a month. Buff Buddies. You also get some really cool emojis, including a Miss Peggy one and a Cartman South Park one. Buff Buddies. So great way to support the channel. If not, the best thing you can do is just like the video, join the chat, and I know those ads pop up. Just hit that skip, but even hitting the skip, man, really does help with the channel. So again, thank you guys so much. Coach Barry, $5. Thank you for the cup of coffee. He says Ryan Buell only played 4 games and should be able to redshirt his graduate year, if I'm correct, since he's hurt. I believe you are correct. That's how I understand it too. It's going to be important to have him back next year with Shane Cokes and Chidozie. Wonkwo out of here. Off to greener pastures, hopefully in the NFL. Joey coming in here with some wisdom. Never trade a current opportunity for a potential opportunity 2 years down the road. The future is far from guaranteed. And that truly is what college football is. It's about the moment. It's about the present. You never know how long any of this stuff is going to last for. Relish in the present. Yeah, Prime not going to let Wade sit out because Wade would risk being replaced. That's right. Yeah, no COVID year for Keaton Wade. It's all good. I know this is what's going to be really interesting. Yeah, Jimmy Wester, Hunter Shepard, they're all going to be gone next year, and it's time for the next group. Draylon Miller, Omari Miller, the Miller Law Firm. We got Terrell Timmons, we got Cordell Russell, we got Cam McHale, we got Adrian Wilson, we got Farrakhan. What's his first name? I forget. But I would imagine we're going to go in the transfer portal and get a veteran or two as well. And that's going to be a lot of fun. I mean, if we go 10-2, guys, I totally see scenarios in which all 4 of those guys right there, Allie, are drafted. And one, that is just insane. And two, it's insane for recruiting because just you don't come here out of like fear of the room being too stacked. If you get four guys drafted in a year, there's going to be plenty of room to eat. There's going to be plenty of food at the table for everybody. And now the concept has been proven doing that. It's great. So this year really helps us with that. And if we're going to continue to play that air raid style of offense, even with Julian Lewis, a true freshman behind center, which I imagine we will, but I would like to go with a little bit more of 11 personnel. Can we get like an NFL caliber tight end here? Because that's going to be a young quarterback's best friend. So I would like to see the offense change a little bit, but yeah, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I just want to make sure that we're not putting too much pressure on Julian Lewis um, if he commits here and signs here, which I'm assuming he will. And I would assume then that he's going to be a true freshman starter here. But if somebody beats him out, good for him. But my odds, my chips right now are on Julian Lewis to be starting for the Buffs next year. You don't want to put too much pressure on a true freshman. Nah. Nope. Man, how much would a Louis Vuitton Nike jersey cost? Maybe $1,000? Maybe $500? I don't know. It's got to be, you drop it in like a limited release, right? And I would imagine it would sell like crazy on the secondary market on like StockX, right? For like thousands of dollars. It's got to. And great point. Amari McNeil's absolutely balling. They got to raise his grade from 59 speed on the video game, right? Yeah, Quanell, Farrakhan. We got Caleb Mathis, and he'll probably have a red shirt this year, right? I can't remember if he redshirted last year or not, but he did play in a handful of games for us last year. Yeah, this is so funny, man. What are your thoughts on the SEC Big Ten crying about being left out of the playoffs? They've lost to inferior out of conference teams. Sounds like BS to me. Yeah. Here's the thing: like the SEC has always had like at the top the most dominant teams in college football. Like we've known that, but outside of that, it's not real. It's not any different of a conference. That's how I feel about it compared to the rest of the Power Four. Now it's mid. It's mid. It's overrated. Now, the SEC has done an amazing job at creating this reputation, creating this narrative that, hey, everybody's just better. But you've seen over the years, their teams just get destroyed in bowl games that aren't Alabama and Georgia. You've seen those out of conference matchups when they've played Pac-12 schools or other schools, just out of the SEC. They lose a lot of these matchups. It's such an overrated conference, and they should start to get penalized for only playing 8 conference games. That is so weak when they're playing all these FCS teams this week and last week to boost their records up. It's crazy that a team that can go 5-3 in the SEC, 5-3 in conference, feels like they're entitled to a playoff spot. It's insane, man. But the SEC, they've worked on creating this narrative for 20 years now. More than that. And this is when it pays off. If college football truly had some backbone, the Big Ten, the Big 12, and the ACC, they just make their own tournament without the ACC because it's so weak of them to only play 8 conference games when the rest of Power 4 football, they're playing 9 conference games. It's so weak. It's so weak. Don't hit me with that SEC is better than everybody. No, you've had 2 teams in the SEC that are better than everybody pretty much over the last like 20 years, right? Now, it's not the whole conference. It's not the whole conference. Exactly. Oklahoma State beat Arkansas, but the SEC is untouchable. I know. But this is where we have to start crafting. Brett Yormark, he has to start crafting this narrative that the Big 12 is actually really damn good. Because it is. It's really damn good football. Now, do we have an Oregon right now at the top? Probably CU's our closest thing to it, right? But you look at Indiana's schedule and you tell me that it wasn't a cakewalk, right? Ohio State has to play like a couple tough games a year, pretty much. That's it. And Michigan's not even good now. So they've had what, Penn State and Oregon? We'll see how they fare against Indiana now coming up this year. But um, the Big Ten is kind of like the SEC in that way. Yeah. CB Cash Cleveland is the one we don't need to blow his red shirt. He can play one more game. No need for him against Oklahoma State. He still needs to develop his body. That would be my plan, CB. I'm with you right there. Do I think they'll go in that direction? No. But that's my thinking as well. I think we can win that game against Oklahoma State without Hank with Hank Zelinskas in there without Cash Cleveland. Then he has 4 years. But let's say he's a starting center for the Buffs for 4 straight years. He's probably just getting drafted after that senior year anyways, like after that 4th year anyways. He's probably trying to go. So it might be kind of nullified for him, right? And I think we can get a medical red shirt, right, from Cordell Russell. Yeah, Moss and his teammates in practice jumping out the stadium like Travis, and he's 6'4". Yes, Omari Miller and Cordell Russell, they're going to feed families next year. No doubt about it. Yeah, we got Cam McHale red shirting just as fast as Jimmy, if not faster. Yeah, we got a lot of weapons that people haven't been able to see. And don't sleep on Jordan Onivue. We've seen him a little bit this year, but it would not shock me if he's part of that starting rotation next year. One of those top 4 guys would not shock me one bit. No, 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 no. All right, guys, I'm going to cut this thing short. Hopefully, I will be back later today. I'll definitely be back if we do get some sort of recruiting news, stuff like that. So y'all be sure to smash that like, subscribe, and consider joining Buff Buddies if you got some extra cash you want to send my way. I think we're at 7 members right now. So thank you guys so much. Have a wonderful day. Go Buffs.